let's see how that works. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it. Actually, this game is fairly easy. It's easier than I thought it was going to be. So it should be fun. I think it's going to be nostalgic for a lot of people, especially people that have played this one already. I know you guys are staring at a nothingness right now. Let me fix that for you guys. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch Netflix. There you go. Just trying to get everything set up. Dino Crisis, such an interesting little title screen there. I'll let it do its own thing for a little bit, and then at 9 o'clock I'll get started. Usually my buddy who advertises for me, he's usually on by now, but he's not. So there may not be too many people tonight, but that's all right. I told everybody I was going to play this game. I got it. Now I'm going to play it. All of what, two, three people? Let's see here. And the reason I'm actually doing this is it's actually really hard to hear the people talk in this game. And it's even harder for me because I have to turn down my TV so that there's not a ridiculous echo. But one of the weirdest things in this game is, you can change these, but there's not like a separate voice option. So there'll be a guy typing on a computer, and him typing on the keys is louder than what he's saying. So, do the best I can. We got about 2 minutes my time. Give everybody a couple more minutes. And I just got in Dino Crisis 2 today. Took them forever to send that damn disc to me. But I do have it. So I was afraid I wasn't going to have it for next weekend, but I was wrong. Uh-oh, 9 o'clock. And including myself, we got like 3 people? Brilliant. Well, without further ado, let's play Dino Crisis. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
You have mail. The second report from Military Experiment Facility. Agent name, Tom.
I have successfully infiltrated under the guise of a researcher as planned. I have encountered no information regarding top-secret development of new type weapons, but I have discovered there is an unexpected individual at this facility. The man is Dr. Kirk, the leading authority of our nation's energy research. Dr. Kirk was alleged to have died in an accident during the course of an experiment 3 years ago. The reports were premature, and it appears that he is currently working as the head of a non-weapon project at this facility. The experiment is in the late stages of development. Regarding the staged accidental death, it appears that this country is somehow involved, recommending that necessary actions be taken immediately.
Refer to the data on Dr. Kirk.
The ultimate source. How you doing, Flying Zerg?
Operation instructions.
Feels like we've got a little turbulence.
Once you hit the ground, head straight to the designated convergence point. Got it?
Sorry I'm late.
It's time. Let's move out.
What about Cooper?
Forget him. Time's up.
Wait! Wait!
Ouch.
Okay, this is the first checkpoint. Playtime is officially over, kiddies. Something's wrong. The lights in the guardhouse are out.
Maybe this has been a wild night of partying for the guards. You know, a little song, a little dance.
stay here, Junior. Leave the guards to me.
Hey, did you hear what he just called me?
Forget about it. Just let Gale handle this.
All right. It's clear.
Got those awesome Dick Tracy watches.
Okay, let's do this. I'll infiltrate the facility and occupy the control room on the first floor. I should have access to all the security systems from there. I'll contact you as soon as I've cleared the room.
Okay, there's going to be a couple cutscenes and a lot of people talking, so I'm going to wait until I have a better chance to move around before I start spouting trivia.
Let me guess. This is some of your handiwork, right?
The brass is still warm. These guards were shooting at something very recently.
So who were they fighting?
This wasn't much of a fight. I don't think these guards hit anything before getting sliced and diced. Whatever they were shooting at came in through there, and ripped right through the steel fence.
Well, the hole is nice and clean. But I still say you could have done it.
Very funny. We still need to figure out what happened here. Continue to sweep the area.
Alright, finally. Alright. Yep, I just noticed somebody in the stream just saying a man named Cooper being eaten by a T-Rex. And, yep, in Jurassic Park 3, there is a mercenary named Cooper who gets chomped down. I don't know if he gets eaten by the T-Rex, but he does get eaten by, like, that Spinosaurus or whatever the fuck that thing is. There we go. Well, you're in for a treat, Zergling. It's definitely a lost relic of a game. There's going to be a little bit more talking, so I'll give it a little bit, a little bit longer before I keep going into detail.
Rick here. I'm in. The place is deserted, though. I have a very bad feeling about this.
How's the progress going with that security system?
I don't know what's been going on here, but it looks like all the power in this facility is being cut.
Same here.
As long as that's the situation, there's not a lot I can do. Why don't you see if you can gain access to the backup generators on the ground level?
I'm on. What are you doing here?
I caught the last part of your conversation.
By the way, I found a key.
Hand it over. Let's head outside.
Snatch that key right from her. And again, there's still a lot more talking. Sheer force of will is powering the lights. You guys will notice that the Resident Evil doors are more or less in place, but you get to see her kind of walk through them. And you also notice that there are no pre-rendered backgrounds. There are only there's 3D backgrounds, and you are you're actually able to walk while with your you're able to walk with your gun drawn. Can't talk tonight.
That's disgusting.
This guy's been eviscerated. Something tore his intestines straight out.
Look at those tooth marks. It had to be some sort of animal.
Okay, let's move on.
Alright, now there's not so much talking. Okay, a lot of people don't know this. They, yeah, they definitely would have eaten more of him. In the non-Japanese releases of this game, the intro is also censored in our version. Only slightly, though. The non-Japanese versions actually have when Cooper's getting eaten by the T-Rex, half his body actually gets thrown. So in our version, it looks like the T-Rex eats him whole, but he actually only eats half of him. this game actually came out in 1999. And it was released alongside, it was actually developed alongside Resident Evil 3. Give me a second. Things going bad already for them. As usual. We have our first in-game dinosaur. Everyone's favorite.
What is this?
The Velociraptor. Which, if I'm not mistaken, actual Velociraptors are much tinier than that. There's a dead guy. And I usually don't get hit there, but whatever. Yeah. And much like Resident Evil 3, with Nemesis, dinosaurs can actually they can zone with you, so you got to be careful sometimes. Alan. Fucking Jurassic Park 3.
Good news. I got the control system back online. What's the situation over there?
It's Gale. I lost him.
So what's the bad news? Did you run into some guard?
You're not gonna believe this. He was attacked by some kind of dinosaur.
Now that's a good one. So, who was it? Barney?
This isn't a joke, you idiot. We were just attacked by a big-ass lizard.
For real? What's going on over there? Alright. Head over to the control room and we'll sort out this whole situation.
And we actually have a map system that actually works. But like I was saying, again, I'm not going to talk during cutscenes. It's hard enough for me to hear what they're saying normally, so I'm going to try not to talk while they're talking. And this game was actually developed alongside Resident Evil 3 by the same team that developed Resident Evil. So Shinji Mikami and his team, you know, obviously had their hands in this. Very heavy influence. And that is also why this game actually came with the Resident Evil 3 demo disc, which I actually do have. And that is also why in Resident Evil 3 you are able to dress up Jill as Regina here. So you can actually put on this little outfit and have red hair. So I always thought that was a lot of fun. And moving around inside the the vents. How Jurassic Park. But a lot of this game really isn't focused on... This is always fun to watch. Actually, the dinosaurs will hit these little lasers here, but it won't kill them. It won't kill you either. But it's an easy way to move around. And again, with 3D backgrounds, you're able to do these little unique camera shots and everything. But this game, you know, when I got it again and I was really sitting down and playing it, I was surprised actually by how little action there actually is. This game was marketed as what's called panic horror. It wasn't marketed as survival horror. So there's a lot of building suspense, and you know, you're waiting and waiting for something to happen, and then you kind of, you know, oh, okay, well, it's not going to happen, and then it does. One of the interesting things they did is like pushing these little blocks here. In Resident Evil games, you actually have to hold the forward button. In this game, once she starts pushing it, she'll do it on her own. Oh, it's a nice little thing there. And I'll show you guys a little menu screen here in a bit. Yeah. This Velociraptor actually likes to open this door here, so there should be one in here. You guys will notice they have like Metal Gear-esque items floating around. No. And we are actually here for this one. You hear him opening the door right there. 8159. Now, I'm not psychic or anything. I have these written down because something interesting in this game. There's an extra Velociraptor. Oh no! And you actually get way more health items in this game than you do. And I'm bleeding. You know, it's just a little blood on the ground there. Now let me talk about the menu here, because this is pretty interesting stuff. You notice how she's holding her side, but if you go into the menu, you'll notice that there is no health bar anywhere. The only way you can tell what your health is at is actually by looking at your character in game. So that adds a little bit of a challenge. I think it's kind of, I think, you know, it's really unique, but you know, at the same time, I would like a health bar. But they did fix that in Dino Crisis 2, so I can't complain too much. And actually, while I'm at it, I know why this is messing me up. There we go. Pressing the menu button, I'm like, why isn't it going in? But you're actually not able to, you know, you can't look at your health. You're also not able to, I mean, I think you can hold about 10 items, you know, so there's no, not the same item system that there was in Resident Evil. You know, so a lot of people say, well, this game is just Resident Evil with dinosaurs. And that's actually not true. There's very, very little shooting in this game. Like those raptors upstairs, I mean, I just don't bother to. I really don't have the ammo for it, because all I have right now is a, you know, goofy little, actually I won't go this way. Goofy little pistol right now. Which actually you may not even use, so... Ah, okay, saving this game, that's... I'm glad you asked. Here we go, there's a shotgun right here. They give it to you very early on. There are actually save rooms, and I'm actually in one of them right now. So, let's turn this on real quick. Got this poor bastard inside here. And the way save rooms work, actually, is when you walk into a room like this, and if you check the map, you'll notice the blue area, which is I'm at, has a big-ass S on it, and that's a save room. So all you have to do is walk in and out of the room, and it will ask you if you would like to save. You have unlimited saves in this game, and you get no ranking. Your ranking is based solely off of the time. 0, 4, 2, 6. Now, when you're playing this game, you either have to memorize the codes, or you have to write them down, because this game, as you will notice, yes, I'll take the resuscitation, you notice that there is no file. So everything you read in this game, if you forget it, you need to run all the way back, and you need to read that document again. And I really wish I was kidding, but when I played this game again, so here we go, see, would you like to save? Just say no. Goofy raptor right there. And you can actually have your weapon knocked out of your hand in this game. So if a raptor whacks you with his tail, banging on it like Nemesis, if a raptor actually knocks you with his tail, your gun can actually fall out of your hand and you gotta pick it up again. That table. And usually when they do attacks like this, you usually start with... Yep, there we go. You actually have a lot of health in this game. And all bleeding really does in this game is slowly drain your health. Okay, so he's back again. You notice how she walks in the door. And saving, I mean, you can save, but this game gives you really weird options and things that you can do. Like I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've been picking up these like resuscitation packs and things like that. Yeah, so pick those up. Those will actually allow you to revive yourself if you die. So, and these are your item boxes, and you need plugs to open them. But once you open them, you're usually good to go. So they actually do come with certain items. What's nice is you have the access button here. If you open up another green box later on in the game, you can actually access any of them, ones that you've opened. So, interesting stuff. So, and I'm going to introduce you guys to another interesting thing that you can do here. So, let's stop the bleeding. And the mix option. If you guys remember Resident Evil 3, you were able to mix, like ammo and things like that. No, if you start to bleed, you actually lose health, and you can die from it. So you do want to stop the bleeding as quickly as possible. So you have various things here. You've got the aid here, and you can actually mix these with various other things. You typically want to mix them with darts, so that you can make better darts. And darts actually put dinosaurs to sleep. Not permanently, but it is nice to just kind of run around and not have to deal with it. And obviously you can mix recovery aids with medical packs, and you do get more of them, and they get better. So it's always nice to try to get as many of those as you can, and I actually may not need this. And I know I'm digging through a lot of menus right now, but you actually kind of have to do that. A little carryover from Resident Evil, needing to have item management. Again, I don't know what the pluses mean, but I do know large actually refills all your health and stops bleeding. So it's always good to carry those with you. And I'm going to actually bring that one along just so I can heal myself. Cool. There we go.
What's our status?
This security system is a snap for me. Real amateur stuff. So, what exactly happened to Gale? You said that he was attacked by a dinosaur?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I just hope he's still alive. Anyway, our first priority is to complete the mission.
What we ought to do is just call in the chopper and get off this death trap.
That's a great idea, but Cooper has the radio, and he's missing. Hey, what's with this monitor?
That's the security monitor for the underground area. The camera's offline.
So I take it that means power still hasn't been restored to the area.
Exactly. They must have that area wired to a different power system than the ground level.
Well, we can investigate that area after we finished our sweep of the ground level.
Okay, then I'll take care of the shutters that are blocking the way. You work your way in, grab the dock, and then rendezvous back here.
Yeah, I love the PS1 animations. You notice that their hand is actually one.
Now, what I want to know is where those things are coming from.
I hate that scene because the typing is louder than his voice. But you'll notice that the fingers aren't animated separately. Ugh, getting with this guy. Whatever, go away. And this game spawned, jeez, about 3 sequels.
Regina, I took care of the shutter. You should be able to access the control panel now.
Already? That was quick. Thanks.
Hey girl, just get going.
Alright, now I'm able to use the shutters. Now what's fun about doing this, you turn them on, turn them off, and now, dickhead here, keep running into them, and I don't have to put up with them anymore. And if you a little stupid strategy I started using is actually if you turn them on, let them hit it, and then you can turn it off real quick and run past them. But the black guy that was in the room earlier, Rick, I believe his name is, him and the white guy at the beginning, Gale. Those models were not specific. Not those specific models, but these characters actually were planned for the original Resident Evil. And obviously they didn't make it in, and they put him in this game. So Rick is your comic relief, and Gale is your, your Jarhead-esque military man. And Regina's just kind of along for the ride, so. And I actually do enjoy Regina as a character. Not too much character development in this game. I mean, for all the talking they do, it's quite literally about the mission. And look out! Oh shit, dinosaurs! It's like, okay. Yep, that is a guy. He's fucking just snoozing right there. Alright, the DDK system. Now, the way this works is you actually need to find two discs. You need the code disc on the left, and then the actual DDK disc on the right there. And I believe it stands for Digital Disc Key. I had to write that down. But the way these puzzles work, actually, is you'll have the key there at the bottom, and you're supposed to actually take those letters out of the code, and then it usually spells a word. In this case, it's just... well, it's not HD. It is head. I actually have trouble maneuvering this menu because it's so sensitive. There we go. Unlocked. And you go. And there's quite a few of these. It's probably the main puzzle you'll find in this game.
A survivor.
Are you from the rescue team?
Yes, I am. Do you know where I can find Dr. Kirk?
Kirk? That fool. What's he plotting now?
What are you talking about?
Here. Take this.
What's this for?
I don't know. Told me extremely vital.
It's got that nice view Sagat scar. And more bullets that we probably won't use. And a lot of these puzzles you do have to just kind of figure out on your own. Yes, you do need both. You need both of those discs to do the puzzle. So you're not able to actually just run up and do the puzzle. And the way this puzzle works actually is if you look at the keys themselves, it looks like Leo, but if you turn it upside down, it's actually a number. And after you put the keys in their spots, all you do is just type in the number. Okay. Which is 705. I have it written down. Because, like I said, not being able to save your notes is a giant pain in the ass.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
That's very nice. Run, girl. You actually don't bother trying to fight the T-Rex. He can actually he'll kill you in one hit. Or, well, if he does his little attack, he'll just eat you. So I got roared at and everything else there, so I'm surprised she's not deaf. Oh man, I actually stood there when I played this game again for the first time, and then I got eaten. I was like, oh.
I've unlocked the shutters near the entrance. One more thing. I just caught a glimpse of something on the monitor that looked human. It should be somewhere near the front of the training room. So, check there first.
Again, a map that's actually useful. I never used the map in Resident Evil. because it was never useful. But in this game, the map is actually it's actually pretty decent. Again, I need to get past him, so here's what we do. Get him. Run into that. Just run past him. And there's actually another one, which I actually forgot about. There we go. No worries. And you can actually shoot them through the little laser grid there, so if you wanted to, you could just sit there and plug away at them. Spider-Man it up here. There actually was going to be a Game Boy Color version of this game that was going to come out not too long after this one, but at some point they decided just to cancel it, so it never actually did come out. It was going to be a top-down run-around game. Don't worry, there's plenty of times to say clever girl. Ooh, look at that. And we're about to have one of the more unique things happen in this game, which is actually the little danger mode that they have, which is usually something suspenseful will happen, and they make you mash all the keys. So you guys get to hear me mash in a second. And the faster you mash, the better you do. And there we go. If you don't mash it fast enough, he actually mauls you for a little bit.
Gale, you're still alive. Good timing.
What is it? Another lizard?
That's no lizard. It's a dinosaur.
Dinosaur?
Look, something's really wrong with this place. This whole mission has gone sour.
Hey, it's always eat or be eaten out in the battlefield, no matter who or what you're up against. Any word on the dock yet? I've got to hook up with Rick again. My radio's dead, and he's the only one who can fix it.
And there's a couple of those danger things in the game. What is it? It's a dinosaur. It can't be. Yeah, I don't think I can actually go through here yet. Yep. Good deal. He's testing it systematically for weaknesses. There's a jackass in here. Dinosaur. How often do you get to say that? And I'm not actually sure if getting mauled like that takes away health, because, like I said, there's no health bar, so... You know, you just have to kind of... You really do have to look at your character, you know, is she holding her side, or is she not? Yeah, I don't know why they didn't give everybody a radio. It was like, here, we'll give the radio to the guy who's clearly going to die later. And I don't actually believe I can pick this up, so... What is that? An-aid? Ah, not a big deal. And you do have a 180-degree turn, but it's actually a button now. It's not just back in square. Got another little power puzzle here, which I actually didn't write down, so hopefully I can do it without too many issues. And I need to put that in there first. They should phone Ocelot. There we go. Not too hard. I do have an issue seeing the red and the green one next to each other, so it's good to memorize it for me.
That you, Regina?
Yeah? So, do we have power yet?
We're in the green, thanks to you. Look, I need you to come back here. There's something I have to talk to you about.
Oh, here's another interesting little thing you can do. See, these usually just move them to the side, and an item will pop out of the bottom there. And it was a plug. Again, you need the plugs to open up the little item boxes. Nobody said Rick was smart. I don't know. I'm in love with Regina. She's pretty hot for a polygon-based character. Jackass dinosaur here. You know, just to be an asshole. I never get tired of that. And the radio is not very effective. Actually, let's turn this on so we can run into it. Handgun's not too effective against the raptors. You know, you'll kind of shoot at them, but you're gonna end up losing more health than anything else. And you actually do get continues in this game, which is fairly interesting. So if you do not have a resuscitation on you, you can just hit continue, and you get 5 of them. So let's actually put some of this stuff away. I actually don't need this. Now it does say, you know, this is for health items, but you can put anything that you want in here. But I do like to have some room to pick up more crap.
What's the emergency?
Gale just told me he saw someone on the underground monitor.
It flashed by pretty quick, but I'm sure I saw something. Rick, open the shutter to the underground area. What is it?
It's a distress signal from one of our team members. It must be Cooper.
Yeah, or it might be Tom. He infiltrated this facility posing as one of the researchers. Can you pinpoint the signal?
It's coming from outside of the building, to the east of the rear entrance we came in from.
Look, we'll deal with it later. Our first priority is the survivor in the underground. It could be the doc.
What are you talking about? He's asking for our help. We don't leave our own behind.
And what if it's a trap? Would you want one of us to come and rescue you?
Don't bother. I'm willing to take that risk.
Remember our mission. We're not here to babysit.
That's your way of operating, not mine. All right. You have your access to the underground, Gale. So get moving. You handle your things your way, I'll handle my things my way.
That punk is really starting to get on my nerves. Regina, I'm heading out to investigate the underground.
And here's another little interesting thing in the game that you can do. You can actually choose which way you want to go. I usually go with Rick, most of the time. Gale likes to do things the hard way. And for the purposes of the stream, I'm going to do things the easy way. And there are... set a trap. Well, you know, they don't actually hunt from the... They don't come from the front, they come from the sides. And you know, and the other two raptors you didn't even know were there. actually. Should have just gone up here already. Oh well. But there's 3 endings to the game that you can get, and after I beat the game, I'll tell you about each one of them. So, and you can get extra costumes in this game. You can get her, pretty much wearing nothing. The very last costume you can get is actually a cave woman costume, and the guns actually change the models themselves. Ooh, here we go. Got my gun knocked down. There we go. But the gun models change actually, so like your handgun will be like a bunch of like leather, like leopard fur with a bone like tied to it, so it looks ridiculous. And the shotgun is the same thing; it's just a big ass bone. And the grenade launcher is actually a fish. And there are only 3 guns in this game. You have your handgun, your shotgun, and a grenade launcher. And that's it. Then you have varying types of ammo. These guys. There we go. Here we have, what are these things called? Pteranodons, I believe. I think that's what I read. We got another little danger thing right here. Here's my gun again. What a dick. Actually didn't give me that much, Did I drop my gun at all? Yeah, I did. Oh no, I guess I didn't. What the hell? That's weird. Oh well, whatever. How do you do that without hitting the wall? I actually really don't like those enemies. They only show up twice, I think, so you really don't have to put up with them.
Tom!
They came out of nowhere. Didn't have a chance.
Tom, can you tell us what's going on here?
Kirk's insane. His experiments have nothing to do with energy development.
Tom!
Here, take this.
His wounds are pretty bad. We have to move him someplace safe immediately.
Alright, I guess we will. Let's make sure... Oh, yeah. And you can get upgrades for your weapons. So, and then pretty much what they do is just make them more powerful. Or allow you to shoot continuously, like the grenade launcher upgrade that you get. I like that they don't have animated fingers. Shit looks funny. And here's another unique little puzzle. And our good pal Regina here, actually, she's in the sequel. I actually haven't had too much time with the second game, and I actually don't believe I ever played it. So when I had a chance to play it, it's really unique. It's definitely not like this game at all. But this puzzle is actually moving pipes around. I do not know why this little research facility would do something like this, but whatever. Pretty much, it's the exact opposite of what you just did. And these do need to be done in order, because if you try to lay them down incorrectly, they'll hit the other pipes and things. Ultimately, pretty easy puzzle. And that's pretty much what this game is about, just puzzles, constantly. I mean, yeah, there are dinosaurs, and okay, they're a nuisance, and they'll chew your face off and everything, but you'll notice this isn't like Resident Evil where, there's like 4 or 5 zombies in a room, and it's like, well, can I run by them? All right, well, I'll shoot them. Oh, okay, there's hunters coming after me. I have to kill them. I'll do my best not to question science. But, I mean, this game is about puzzles. That's all it's about. So, here we go again. Hopefully this time I won't. I'm going to mash it this time. There we go. Fatality. There we go. It's for fucking hitting me into the goddamn wall last time, you jackass. Yes, we'll take that. More health is always good. But Regina has showed up a couple times. She's in the second game, and actually, I believe it was a Japanese-only release. I think it was called like Namco, like ex-Capcom or something like that, where she was actually teamed up with what was that guy's name? Bruce from Resident Evil Dead Aim. So she does have a nice little cameo appearance in that game. And I've actually never played any of the other Dino Crisis games. I played this one, and now I have the second one, but I've never touched 3, which I believe was a Xbox release. And I think you're in space in that one. And the last one was actually a gun game, a light gun.
Finally, we have access to the elevator outside.
Good. Now we can head straight down to the underground.
But it's really interesting to see some of the weird parallels in this game with Resident Evil 3. I would have really liked to have had a Jill costume in this game, just kind of a...
So you saw the beast, right?
Yeah. Pteranodon, wasn't it?
I meant you saw that it was a real dinosaur. It's unbelievable.
Didn't I tell you?
This is just like that movie.
It's a nice little reference for everybody if you haven't run out of Jurassic Park jokes yet. Yeah, pretty much. I think even Leprechaun went into space at some point. I think even Critters. Well, Critters technically started in space. They were aliens, but whatever. But man, I mean, this game is it's unique in some of the weirder things that you do. But I mean, it's just puzzle after puzzle after puzzle, and it's like, oh, okay, there's a dinosaur. Mash the buttons. But definitely not like Resident Evil 3. I mean, Resident Evil 3, you've got Nemesis chasing you constantly.
Regina, we have to hurry. Time's not going to last much longer.
I'll clear a path by moving these containers. You just keep an eye on Tom.
Well, it's interesting you should mention that, because when his character was supposed to be in Resident Evil, he was actually going to be modeled after Eddie Murphy. No joke. His character was supposed to be modeled after Eddie Murphy, and he was going to be the comic relief. And then and they were going to have a very strong guy who was going to have a Kano eye. If anybody's watched my other streams, I mentioned it at one point. But he was going to be a really strong guy. But you'll notice Gale does not have a cyber eye. And then those characters actually turned into Barry and Rebecca. So let's go up and hook this bad boy. Anybody who's played this game might remember these goofy puzzles. But yeah. So Rick was going to be Eddie Murphy in in the original Resident Evil. I really wish I was joking, but I'm not. But they decided not to use them, and then they didn't reuse the designs, but they pretty much took what the characters were going to be, and then just kind of went from there. And if you guys notice, the way this puzzle works is pretty much okay, I want to move up 2 spaces, down 1, left 1. Okay, hook the damn thing. You're pretty much just trying to create a path. And there's actually no reason to actually drop this crate here, so you can actually just leave it alone. But I do enjoy this game for what it is.
Will do. Concentrate on the mission and leave the rest to me.
Right.
Oh yeah. If Gil gives you any more of his bull, be sure to beat him down for me. Okay?
All right. Let's see what we got over here. Can I even pick it up? No, I can't. Let's see if I can mix anything. Oof. Intensifier. No, that's not what I want to mix. And now that we've got that, we can mix that with this. Get some better darts going. Darts are a good thing. I highly recommend that you use them. And most dead people in the game, you can actually, they usually have notes and things on them. His rifle actually isn't in the Japanese... Hold on, I'll wait for this scene.
Rick, watch out! Chew on this!
There we go. Let's unlock this door. Rick's gun is actually different in the Japanese version of the game. I believe he has like an M16 or something, but our version he has a sniper rifle for some reason. So I don't know why he gets a sniper rifle, but Regina gets a puny little handgun. That's nice. You got our little tiny dinosaurs from Jurassic Park. Really not much of a threat. You just kind of run from them. They'll peck at your, little ankle biters. Yep, he can no scope. He has hacks.
Rick.
He's dead.
Hey, it's not your fault.
Yeah. I'll be in the control room.
And unfortunately, poor Tom is dead. Not much we can do about it. I just step all over his body, and of course the dinosaur is now gone. I like that the dinosaurs are just kind of sleeping everywhere. I'll go ahead and save it. And the first file right here, I actually got everything in the game. Infinite rocket launcher, all that fun stuff. But this will be the stream save. And let's actually go this way. Fucking like Turok graphics on those little guys.
Regina, what's taking so long? We've got a job to finish.
We found Tom. He didn't make it.
That idiot.
How do things look over on your end?
I'm in the lab area. I know the doc's still hiding around here somewhere.
I can see an elevator from here. Maybe I can use that to go down from the first floor.
So, the story's pretty basic. You're not really... not that Resident Evil... eventually the plot started to get a little out here and there, but, you're here, you're trying to grab the dock, and you're trying to get out. That's pretty much about it. And let's put some things away. Do I have a single resuscitation? Yes, I do. I'm actually going to use that here. And the equivalent to the Magnum, at least in my opinion, in this game, is if you mix a resuscitation with a single dart, you actually get a poison dart, which actually will kill every enemy in the game except for the T-Rex in one shot. So that's very useful later on in the game, and you guys will see why in a bit. Because there are some enemies that in this game are just a giant pain in the ass. So let's hold off the rest of that. And if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to open up... Oh, I can open up 2 more doors. No ink ribbons in this game. Come on, buddy. Actually, I'm going to get a little closer in. There we go. Never get tired of that. Alrighty, now we have another DDK puzzle right here. And I believe this one is Newcomer. And of course, as you can see, they do get a little bit more complicated as you go. And eventually they do turn into numbers and things. So, like I said, if you're going to play this game, have a pen and paper handy. It really does save you a lot of time. And a red box. That actually contains delicious ammo. But we're going to wait. And let's see here. What do we got in here? Sure, why not? Something like this bad boy. And I believe there's another room I need to get to. And like every other survival horror game, you know, pretty much the beginning portions of the game are just a clear path. You just run right into it. Good to go. As long as I don't run into it. There we go. Yeah. Don't OD on the meds. And again, you know, spinning little discs and things. Nothing shines. So when I was playing this game again for the first time, I would miss items because there's no little, you know, gleaming icon. Here we go. Fingerprint, a little device, which you actually use throughout most of the game a couple of times. Because you need to actually create false ID cards, which I'm about to do here in a second. As soon as Jackass here runs into this little laser. Goes. Close up for you guys. Come on, way, dude. And you guys have actually seen most of the enemies in the game already. There is, I guess I think they call them Ultra Raptors, and they're actually blue. Do a little bit more damage. They don't spit acid or anything like that. They're not a Dilophosaurus. And there is another enemy in the game which actually... they're kind of a pain in the ass. I can't even pronounce the name of them, but they're these big-ass black dinosaurs, and they actually will maul the shit out of you. So... And actually, I think I only need to go right here. Yeah. And again, you need fingerprint info, and you actually need the ID number of the guy that you're fingerprinting. So, let's see here. Okay, yes. So, go ahead, use your ID card. And you actually need the number, and again, you read it in a note. So if you don't write it down and you forget, you got to run all the way back to where it was, and hopefully you remember where it was left. black dinosaurs are bigger and stronger. There we go. So we got an ID card that will allow us into new areas. And the way you're actually supposed to figure out who that guy is on the ground is actually you need to... He has a pager on him. And this game actually takes place in 2009, so I'm actually not sure why somebody would have a pager on them. But you actually have to page the corpse, and then you figure out who it is. But, you know, you play the game once, and then you kind of really... I mean, if you have everything written down, you don't really need to worry. Actually, there are some hidden umbrella symbols throughout the game. So, I only know of one. So... Hello! I hate this fucking one. I'm always hoping I can kick him into the elevator, but it never, never happens. He's gonna... Was he dancing right there? Alright. And again, if you don't have these and you come here, it's kind of a... You get kind of ticked off because you're, hoping to, get in here and see what's what. And you'll notice now that the key has changed to numbers. And the way the numbers work in this game is actually, it's like A, B, C, so, 3 right here, so it's C, D, so on and so forth. Okay, this password is actually laboratory. Laboratory, here we go. You guys ever watch, Dexter, the cartoon? Oops, automatically goes to enter for you. I don't think so. Did it? Oh, see? Clever camera angles. And they do it on purpose. So if you're like me and you're not paying attention... Hey! Omelette du fromage, yep. And, if I'm not mistaken... One of these little areas... This always reminds me of the kitchen from Jurassic Park. Oh, we opened the door. Yeah, whatever. This game's a lot of fun. I highly recommend. If you guys like Resident Evil, I mean, it's from the same team. Please get up. Don't have to worry about them now. Okay, so like I was saying, let's see if I can open this one. 2 plugs. Yes. Since I have opened the green one at another area, I can now access it. It's pretty handy. But I actually want to see what we got in here. And each one of these will have its own set of items, so you go ahead and take a look, see what you can do. You always want to mix recovery aids with medium packs. Okay. And you usually want to mix it if there's more than one of them. And actually, I think there was 2 in here, yeah. So let's switch those out. Because it will actually, it will duplicate however many are in here. So we get an extra one. And you get to watch those assholes run into those a whole bunch. Again, you'll notice that, I have 34 pistol shots, and that's all I have. So, I mean, again, don't bother wasting your ammo. Why don't the raptors have feathers? You got me, man. I guess the Japanese don't subscribe to that line of thought. But what do I know? Intensifiers, and I do not need to intensify anything at the moment, so let's actually sort everything. Nice little button. And since we have so many of these, I may not need to use very many more. Alright, enough of that crap. If you have that laser grid up, they actually, they won't warp through it and come into the room or anything, so you don't need to worry about that. Another thing I do enjoy about this game is there's not a lot of backtracking. Usually once you're done in a room, unless you forgot what a note said, and there's a note right here on the table here. I'll show you guys. So, looks like would you like to read it? Okay, so there you go. You can read it. You know, sometimes there's stuff on it, sometimes there isn't, but that's it. So if you want to read that one again, you need to come back here. And I mean, the reason I'm stressing that so much is because I got so used to notes, you know, kind of like auto-archiving themselves. I almost ran right into that. And just to be safe, let's go back up. And I'm sure there's a raptor in here somewhere. What's going on, Bonus? Well, again, more plugs. And there's a screwdriver right here. You need that later, but don't forget about it. And the room that we were in prior actually has a locked door. And you need the lock code, which is actually on a piece of paper in that room. And thankfully I have it written down somewhere around here. Should be 7248. There we go. So, no more worries. Yeah, why not? Again, saving in this game doesn't affect it. Doesn't affect anything. So, save all you want. I agree. They need to be in a park setting. Guess I need to bring that up after all. Okay, so now that door is unlocked, let's go on in here and, as usual, another puzzle. This is actually the gas room. There's a poor bastard inside here. And you actually find a note that talks about the various colors of the gas and which, you know, and which gas will neutralize it. So you can actually sit there and, you know, play with it, and you can make the level go up or down. And apparently, instantly, the gas is dissipated. No need to worry.
You're gonna be okay. What happened?
That fool.
Who are you talking about?
What are you planning, Kirk?
I'm here with the rescue team. Where is Dr. Kirk?
Here. This will give you access to his personal lab.
And it doesn't matter. He's dead. Alright. And yes, you have to mash. And because I'm a dick, I'm gonna gas him. Insert Nazi joke here. There you go. And let's see if can I pick this up. What do we got? Yeah, sure, why not? So many items in this game. Did you guys watch Jurassic Park, man? They can open the doors, man. They just turn the knob a little bit. And I actually need to go back. Let's see. If they run into it at the same time, I'll go back this way. Get up, dude. Like his buddy's like pushing him into it. Let's see if I can get around them. Here we go. Again, use those laser grids, man. It's good stuff. So, and they may actually open that door, but not a huge deal. And I am actually looking for... There it is. Again, they really don't tell you, you know, where to go for a lot of these things. And there it is. I think. Oh. Maybe What's this one? There we go. They don't really tell you where to go. I mean, if you see something, you have to kind of remember it. So, and this code is actually on the keycard itself, so you have to check it. This is a weird little puzzle that you have to do right now. Again, like I said, it's puzzles. That's all it is. And let's see if I can... I actually don't write these down because a lot of the time it's just me goofing around on it. Actually, I should have waited. But this may work out. Anyways. There we go. Not too bad. No, I don't think they can open anything. I mean, I don't think anybody has an opposable thumb in this game. They have, like, weird little fins for hands. Here it is. Yes, yes, yes. Use the chip that we just reprogrammed. Let's open this up. Yeah, memo. No, you really don't need to read it. And we need to leave now. We're going to actually go back to that area where I got the screwdriver. And just so I don't have to deal with anything. And I actually went the wrong way. Because I'm a jackass. He was sleeping. Why the hell did he wake up? Whatever. There's two of them in here now. Actually, it's gonna hurt. And the reason you make these large packs, don't even have to worry about anything now. Stops the bleeding and heals you all the way. Reset those jackasses. Reset, but doesn't matter now. Here we go. So again, unless you already know... Oops. Wait, do I not have the other one? Oh, derp. There we go.
Regina?
I finally made it to the entrance of the doctor's lab.
Good work.
The door looks like it needs 2 people working in tandem to unlock it.
Sit tight. I'll be right there.
That's why I like Regina, man. She's hardcore like that.
So, what's our status?
Here, take this.
Ready? Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oof, man. Again, first time I was playing this game, I was sitting here like, what the hell is this? This puzzle is actually energy. Where's the G at? There it is. And for some reason, that menu is really, really sensitive, so you have to really kind of tap the button, otherwise the cursor will go flying everywhere. Just please mash all keys for a special dialing wand. Again. Alright. So... there's no combine features, so you actually have to equip all of these different things. So now the shotgun is becoming the shotgun from that guy in Jurassic Park, the one who got eaten. I actually don't think he gets eaten in the book, which is interesting. But whatever.
He's not here.
Why? This operation is taking way too long already.
Warning. The emergency system has been activated. Emergency lockdown in progress.
What's going on?
Oh, Kirk must have tripped off the security system. That fool.
What's your status, Regina? I'm reading an emergency lockdown in your section.
We're trapped inside here. Kirk must have triggered it off. We didn't touch anything.
Can you clear it?
I'll see what I can do.
What's wrong with this thing?
Cool it, Gale. We'll find a way out somehow.
And here's where our little screwdriver comes in. And what's interesting is you actually need to check the console before you're actually able to use the damn screwdriver, which is a kind of a bit of a pain in the ass. And here's one of the new puzzles that you get. I'm not even sure how to describe this puzzle, but you have to make the little pattern on the bottom left. So this one actually needs to be turned to the right once. And A doesn't need to be turned at all. And B needs to be turned to the right once. There you go. Pretty simple.
Warning. The emergency lockdown has been bypassed. You have 10 minutes until this section is sealed off.
We'd better get moving. We've bypassed the door lock and we're on our way out.
That's great, but the entire underground area is crawling with dinosaurs. You'll never be able to make it through there.
Don't sweat it. I'll take them all out one by one if I have to.
Brilliant plan, fearless leader, but I have a better one. These readouts tell me there's an emergency escape hatch in the dock's private quarters. You should be able to make a clean break through there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but there's one problem. The hatch is password locked through the mother system.
Forget it. If you can't crack the code before the dinosaurs rush in, we'll be completely trapped.
I know. You'll just have to trust me.
I don't.
Fine. What about you, Regina?
Make your choice.
And here's our second choice. And I would actually go with Rick's strategy. Because if you go with Gale's, you actually have to start cutting through a bunch of... I'm actually going to save it right here. You have to actually cut through a bunch of dinosaurs. So if you want a little bit more action, you can actually go that route. I'm going to make sure I don't save over my other file. And I'm actually going to need my pencil, because this puzzle coming up is the only puzzle in the game that actually changes every single time. So, yeah, my memory is not the greatest when it comes to things like this, so basically what this puzzle is it's going to show you kind of a bunch of flashcards. And they're each going to have little letters on them. Or, yeah, letters, and then you just have to retype them in. It's kind of a memory puzzle.
Good work, Rick.
If you're good at these kind of things, you might enjoy this puzzle.
But that's just the beginning. The release code for the hatch automatically rewrites itself periodically. We have access, but we're down to 2 chances to clear it. So let's make sure we get it the first time around. I'm going to force the system to display the release codes. Make sure you enter them exactly as displayed. Let's do it.
F-A-E-D. And I have all of them written down from every single time I've done this. And it has been different every single time. Which I think if they had done this with every puzzle in the game, definitely would have been interesting. would have made the game a lot more difficult, because
Transmitting the next.
with this being the only puzzle that's different, you know, then you can just kind of write everything down and not worry about it. And yes, I'm writing them down. I'm not trying to memorize all that. And if you fail this puzzle twice, I believe, then you actually have to go through Gale's path. So
Transmitting the final code.
this one's the fun one.
There.
D. Remember when I was younger, this puzzle used to give me a lot of trouble. And the moment I started playing this game again and I got back to this spot, I instantly remembered this puzzle, and I was like, oh no. And then I stopped and I went and got a notebook, started writing stuff down. There we go. So, if you guys got a great memory, man, that puzzle shouldn't be too bad for you. But my memory's kind of shit when it comes to things like that. So I'm like, was it B or was it D? What the hell was it? And if you go through Gale's path, if you've got a ton of ammo, man, I mean, you could just kind of cut down everything, but Gale isn't there to help.
Hold it.
Points with her whole fist.
Dr. Kirk, we've come to help. We're representatives from your nation's government.
My nation? I'm touched. And what do you government agents want with me?
Shut up. You're coming with us if I have to knock you out and drag you back myself.
Well, according to the government, I'm officially deceased, correct?
If that's the way you want it, I'd be more than happy to oblige. So what'll it be, genius?
Relax, Agent. My study is nearing its final stages. Magnificent, isn't it? But I can't leave before I've analyzed the final results.
I don't give spit about your results. I'm taking you back under orders, so shut up and follow me. Regina, locate the communication facility and call in the extraction chopper.
You can't do this! I have rights!
According to command, your government property, pal. I suggest you take it up with them.
No! They can't do this to me! They deserted me 3 years ago and now they want me back? This is preposterous!
Shut up.
Then shoot me, idiot, you lame, flat-top, jaw-headed...
Shut up. Where's the communication room?
Take the elevator up from the control room.
I need a card to access that elevator. I know you've got one. Hand it over, Doc.
Fine.
There's the gun cocks twice.
We're all set then. I'll meet you at the heliport.
Hey, wait, where are you going?
I have a little unfinished business to take care of. I'll drop this guy off with Rick. Now get moving.
Unfinished business.
Alrighty. What I love about Gale is, as the game goes on, he gets increasingly more agitated, and all he starts saying is, shut up. Shut up. Like, he just wants to kill everybody. It's great. Something I was disappointed about is when I started playing 2 again earlier today, Gale and Rick aren't in the game. So I was kind of, I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, well, what's up with that? And I'll take the elevator. Was that an Aliens reference? If it was, I didn't catch it. Unless they want to nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. I got that poor dead bastard right there on the floor. Yeah, I should have mentioned this earlier. A lot of the sound effects in this game, I love her costume. It's great. A lot of the sound effects in this game are either from Resident Evil 2. There's actually a couple Doom sound effects in here later on in the game, which I noticed. The overused door opening noise that they always used, or the I guess you could call it the door closing noise. And every time you beat the game, you can notice my old save right here. It comes with the 3 extra costumes, the infinite grenade launcher, which you can get, and there's actually a bonus mini game where you pretty much go through different rooms and you just kind of it's like go into the next room and kill all the dinosaurs in it and see how many dinosaurs you can kill. So now we're gonna head back to. We're gonna go into that door right here, but I want to make sure I have stuff in my inventory. See what I've got going on. Do I have any darts sitting around? Got a poison dart. Do I have any single resuscitation packs? Now, when you make the poison darts, which do require you to have this dart L++, and you also need a resuscitation. Now, what's interesting is that if you have 2 resuscitations and you have 3 of these darts, they still only make 1 poison dart. So you really want to have only 1 resuscitation and 1 of these darts. So I'm actually going to put this one away. And there's no way to divide the items, so that is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Actually, let's mix this with this dart, and we're actually going to get more of them. Again, those darts are very handy later on. And pretty much what you end up shooting. I mean, got a couple poison darts, take a couple out. Magnificent, isn't it? Oh, okay. From Ash, the original Alien. I wouldn't doubt it if it's a reference, to be honest. This game does a lot of things that, they obviously reference Jurassic Park a couple times. For anybody who's new in the stream, there's a character named Cooper at the beginning who gets eaten by a T-Rex. And in Jurassic Park 3, they actually have a guy named Cooper, and he gets eaten by a... it's actually the Spinosaurus, or the fuck that stupid-ass dinosaur was. It killed the T-Rex, and I didn't like that. So they do that. They actually straight up reference the movie at one point. So, you know what? I'm not going to save. So, guys have noticed I still haven't fired a shot yet. So, let's get this antenna going. Where's that antenna key? Here it is. I think if there was a keycard floating, I'd be more impressed by that than the dinosaurs. I've been playing for about an hour and a half now. And I'm moving a little slow because I was able to beat this game in about 2.5 hours. So I'm trying to extend it a little bit. And now we have our second encounter. Maybe it's the power trying to come back on.
Regina, what happened? The emergency lock on the second floor is just inactivated.
I'm a bit busy right now. Do something about it.
Don't sweat it. I'll release the lock.
Again, don't bother trying to fight him, just run. And this is the part that sucks. Right here. You literally just keep doing this. And Rick will open the door for you. There you go. And the T-Rex can kill you in one hit, so don't bother trying to fight him. Don't waste the ammo.
Regina, do you copy?
Finally, a signal.
Signal's weak. Interference. Your planet.
I'll give you the abridged version. Mission complete. Scrub the initial plans and pick us up at the heliport immediately.
The heliport.
This entire island's a bloodbath. The only survivor not on the team is the doctor. I'll give you the details later. Just get back here and pick us up ASAP.
Roger, I'm on my way.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Another.
Regina, what's your situation?
The chopper's on its way here.
Great. Don't waste any time. And remember, use the main entrance to get to the heliport.
And we're going to the heliport. I'm about an hour in, hour and a half in. So I appreciate you guys joining me. Yeah, the T-Rex. Every time the T-Rex comes up, even though I know what to do, I still get nervous. So definitely, it's a pretty easy little, boss to put into a game. It's like, well, what are we gonna have for a boss? Oh, put the T-Rex in there. It's like, all right, cool. Sounds good to me. Again, if you have a resuscitation pack on you, if you die, you can come back easy enough. And you do get 5 continues. I know I've said some of this already, but some of you guys are new in the stream. And you get 5 continues, so this game really is pretty lenient with a lot of things. Our friends the Pteranodons are back. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the last time they show up. I really don't enjoy these enemies. Because I don't really have much of a strategy other than just try to get out of the area as quickly as possible. Because they do this stupid little dive bomb attack, which you might see here in a second. There it is. What's going on, Mark? So, again, don't bother. Just run. Even though, I guess technically a raccoon would be faster than you, but I only know this from Jurassic Park. I don't know. I dare say that this game, there's enough of a departure from Resident Evil in it for me not for me to call it Resident Evil with dinosaurs. Technically, yeah. It's the same. And here's our grenade launcher. Definitely want to grab that. Don't forget about it. And we actually do want grenade rounds. Grenade rounds are great. So I actually don't think I can mix anything without getting rid of a bunch of stuff. Anything I can't get rid of. Really wish I could get rid of those. No drop command. Let's see what we can do here. Well, here, I'll show you guys what I mean. 2 resuscitates. One of these bad boys. You get 1 poison dart. Again, resuscitates are... I don't want to call them the extra lives of the game. And, they're semi-rare, but really the poison darts they're your magnum rounds of the game. You don't get a lot of them. You definitely want to save them for the big black dinosaurs towards the end. What's going on, Captain Hero? This puzzle took me forever because I didn't realize you could actually run past that box there. So, and for anybody who doesn't know, in this game you actually don't need to hold forward while pushing the box. So they're nice enough in this game to kind of auto-push things for you. Because sometimes in Resident Evil you'll push a box too far. So it's a nice little be lazy moment here. As long as you know where to push these boxes, you're alright. This is actually being played on my PS3. This is the PSX copy of it, which I was lucky enough to get a very, very good copy of it in very, very good condition. And I also now have the Resident Evil 3 Trial Edition, as it says, which I actually played it to see if there were any real differences, and there aren't any. It's actually straight up it's Resident Evil 3, and you get all the way to the police station before Nemesis shows up, and the game cuts off. So, that's a little FMV for you guys.
You okay, Regina?
Where's Gale?
I don't know. Haven't heard a word from him. What's he doing? Finally. You know, I had a really bad feeling about this mission. All things considered, it could have been a lot worse.
That's odd. Something must have those animals spooked.
He reminds me of Birkin's wife.
What is that? Dr. Kirk!
Kirk's like, why? And here's, well, I'd say our second encounter, or not second, third encounter with the T-Rex. And again, you cannot kill him. Your goal is to run around this helicopter until Rick fixes the elevator up there. So where is he? He's probably gonna come up behind me. There he is. It's actually really hard for me to hear where he is if I don't have my TV turned up. And again, just this is what you're going to do for this fight. If you stand there, okay, he's turning around. Don't bother trying to fight him. I know this is real lame, but this is what you have to do. Sticking his head in the fire. And he does have the one-hit kill in this, but he'll actually kind of smack you around a little bit before he does it. So they do give you a little bit of a opportunity to not get eaten, but it's not too difficult. I mean, if you're able to listen, you can hear where he is. And Rick should be almost done. Yeah, he's done.
Regina! Over here!
And we have to get on over there without the T-Rex eating our heroin. There we go. And that's pretty much it.
We're screwed. The chopper's history. How are we gonna get out of here?
Calm down.
Yeah, 2 does have a oh wait, no wait till after this.
Oh, come on. You're never this positive.
What happened?
Elevator shut. We'll have to find another way.
Yeah, but there's another T-Rex in 2, and they're nice enough to shoot a rocket at him and then give him a scar, so that he's different in 2. But I didn't play it too far in, so. these little guys here. No real reason to fight them. And there's an item in here, and you actually do need to read this note here, otherwise the game won't allow you to progress. And pretty much what the note says is, there's a boat. So, they have a way out.
What do you mean? Of course. Let's get moving.
So, I think I
Yep,
found a way.
compies.
Right on, girl. Let's hear it.
I would say that the the dinosaurs are just really, really hungry. And I guess they're just doing what they do. I mean, I guess the T-Rex is malicious, but...
Okay, we're here again. Now what?
We should be able to get to the underground port from here.
Yeah. Then let's do it.
Hurry! I'm worried about Gale.
Our fearless leader? Fine. Let's move out.
Shit, if Brad had been the pilot, man, he never would have come back.
What happened?
Ah, this piece of junk must have blown a fuse.
What's going on? Power went up.
Gale? Are you on floor B3?
Yeah, get the power online now.
Gale, it looks like there's a port nearby. There's gotta be a ship we can use.
Copy. Leave Kirk to me. You two get the power back online and secure our escape.
You know, Bonus, I don't doubt that for a second, man. Because that sure as hell seems like what it is. And I'd say we're about halfway through the game at this point.
What the? This battery's completely dead.
Now Rick's just going to stand there and stare at it while I do all the work. And where is that? Here, this is... Can I pick this up? Yeah, why not? You know, it never hurts to have ammo. You do need a key card to use this little puzzle here, but you do not need a key card to take that out of there. So, you actually come back to this puzzle a little later on. This is one of the few areas you need to backtrack a lot into.
Perfect. This is all we need to restore the power. I'll work on the security system.
You guys are crazy, man.
You handle our escape.
Well, I mean, what I don't understand is the helicopter pilot in here, he was like, just kind of chilling there, and then he was like, oh, what's that? Oh, shit, T-Rex, you know? Like, he didn't even see it. Hover and investigate. Awesome. And I believe the yellow ones. go. Multiplier, those are always a lot of fun. Fortunately, I do not believe you can use a multiplier. But I will take the single resuscitation. And what will I get rid of? I don't even need this handgun, to be honest. And what am I going to multiply? Let's see. I can't multiply anything in here. Not a big deal. And just for the hell of it, let's hang on to those. And I really don't need those. Let's see. So many items in this game. And right now we are actually trying to collect a whole bunch of these crane keys. There are 3 of them, and 2 of them are in this room. Regina's great, man. She's one of my favorite characters. Good to look at. We need more dinosaurs in games. That's a fact. And let's actually... Alright, because we are about to actually hit our new enemy and new bane of my existence, other than hunters. It's these jackasses right here. And there's going to be another mashing thing right here. I'm going to mash early. If you don't mash that correctly, you will die. And it is actually... These are the enemies that will kind of beat you up. So... And... It's not a bad idea to use your tranq darts on them, just to kind of... Because you would think, well, just run around them. It's really not that easy with these enemies. So we now have all the little keys, and we're going to do another one of these lift up the box puzzles. Not too bad. And on the box, which I'll get closer to them, if you look closely enough, there's actually the umbrella symbol on it. So, all you Resident Evil fans, you can't, well, it's kind of hard to see, but doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 1. And to the right, let's hit that, let's see what we get. Well, I'm glad you got nothing going on today, so I can play this for you. Okay. Now we're actually going to drop this bad boy off. What's nice about these kind of puzzles is you can really just kind of beat this puzzle however you want. There's really no set way to beat it. I mean, you just clear a path. And I could have sworn that there were some items underneath some of these things, but if there are, I don't remember, and I'm really not going to sit here and try to figure it out, so... Let's see here. Let's go up 3 and grab him. Yeah, sorry, College Ryan. There's no links, man. Let's actually go to the right too. Drop him off. Could actually drop off one right there. And you can block in these little paths and things. Just try not to do that. Not a big deal though. So I'm gonna grab him. Damn right, bonus. Damn right. And we'll just go ahead. I should have just hit the release already. For some reason, though, I really just like doing things one step at a time. And like I said before, when you need to grab the last one, don't even bother setting it down anywhere. Just pick it up and let it hang. Wait, did I not, did I not grab that? I may have missed something. Okay, I'm going crazy then. Not paying attention. And, like I said, no need to put it down. Enough of that puzzle. I'm sure there's a faster, easier way to do that puzzle. But I'm not doing a speed run, so... Which, interesting to note, in the scenes where the characters are, talking with their in-game models, there is no skipping that. So you do have to sit through all of those. You can skip all the FMVs, but there's only 3 of them, technically. The beginning, that one that we just saw with the helicopter, and one at the end. Alright, another DDK disc. More of those puzzles are coming up. There's quite a few of them. Oh, and there's the umbrella symbol on the side of a little container here. Hopefully you guys can see it. Nice little callback from Shinji Mikami and his team. And now that we have that, let me remind myself what I got. Nah, no need to. Yeah, man, that RE0 run was pretty rough. I went back and I watched it. We lost about an hour. I thought it was about half an hour, but we lost a full hour to the system crashing. That sucks. But, what are you going to do? Yeah, some more of these bad boys. Again. When you trank them, if you actually have auto-aiming issues, well, since I'm past them, no need to worry. But the tranks usually last a good while. But these guys just eat so much ammo up, there's really not a point to just standing there and trying to pump shotgun rounds into them. If you wanted to waste the... here's a map right here. It's always good to download these into your little thing, because the map's actually useful. Use poison darts on those enemies. If you make them, use them on them. Just because, as you can see, there's quite a few of them. And they are a giant pain in the ass. So about halfway through the game, you really don't need to fire any shots. Wow, I noticed that. Auto-aim is not the greatest in this game, but whatever. Raptor chops. You notice her animations change depending on what her health is at. And there's no reason not to heal yourself in this game. There's so much health, and you're able to multiply tons of items. Am I waiting? Turn around, Regina. Thank you. Yep, for anybody who just came in, you can lose your weapon if you get Yeah, you can turn the auto-aim off, and it's probably not a bad idea, to be perfectly honest. Because you'll notice even if you trank an enemy, they're still on the ground. And that's a bit of a problem. Turn that alarm off, a little less annoying. But that part right there with the green thing always reminds me of like Total Recall. Although you're not a skeleton. And when you lose your weapon, you have to need to re-equip it. So